difference.
Okay.
Weatherman says it's gonna rain. Don't worry, girl, it won't change a thing. Yeah, we still got plans tonight. We're gonna kick it, that's a given, baby, rain and shine. Leave your Sunday best at home. Be the last time you wear what you got on. Bikini top and cut off jeans. Baby girl, you know you looking mean. She said, how we gonna make it through the mud hole? Won't you think you got swampers on my truck phone? Ooh, it's about to get dirty in the dirty south. I'm about to show you what it's all about. But don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap, light that fire. We gonna crank that country. Pass that, get Thursday. Well, it's about to get dirty. It's just somebody good old flood, watching down red clay turn to mud. Sling it up, slap past the doors like a new paint job on a 4x4. Girl, you gonna have a good old time. Can't let a little bit of rain change your mind. Let your hair down, kick off in boots. For once in your life, let yourself cut loose. Go and get money from head to toe. Clean it off, dipping in the swimming hole. Listen, about to get dirty in the dirty south. I'm about to show you what it's all about. Don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap.
I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against
There, you're going to be on YouTube. Just to let you know.
So with kickoff straight ahead, we'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. And he will take it back only to about the... Forte, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game and they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
And a lot
Switched
of the
up.
weight of this
Patrick,
offense falls on the
smart.
shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple batting the ball away, but oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver, not interfere, and get his hands through the football and knock it away.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on the defensive back because if you get any faker move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a 1st down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a 3-and-out.
Good defense.
On that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way.
That's holding. That's holding. Holding like a motherfucker.
New York. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. 65 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. And he's able to put it through. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fielded about a yard deep.
Back.
And in the end, the decision to bring it out costs him a few yards as he's out of bounds just past the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now Wilson on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Calvin Pryor's exactly what you're looking for in a safety who polices the middle of the field.
Now Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got it. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. Here's Rawls. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas Rawls punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read there by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. On the counter, Forte. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Petty now. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part,
where
the football, right, whether you're catching
fuck
it
you,
with
man,
the hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet.
Fuck you, man. Cheap ass fucking shit. Waiting on you.
Doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up.
Now I'm going to have to make up for that shitty ass ball.
Here's Petty.
There we go. There we go.
The pressure right.
There we go.
Complete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, an excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
On second down, Forte. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Shift together here from the D-line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well into National Football.
That must be a fucked up glitch.
That veteran leadership, a big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Following the penalty, it's Forte. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They come up in an offset eye. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A dump off to Forte. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll come out in the pistol. On first down, this is Forte. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Forte, the lone running back. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
4 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On the ground, Forte. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
Miss.
And Folk's kick is good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. So to get the field goal, the part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Seattle first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Following the penalty, it's Rose. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. On second down, Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have it.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Calvin Pryor. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And quickly they get to the line. Again they run. Again it's Forte. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and short, they give to the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. Give him 18 on that one. And it's good for a New York first down. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fresh set of downs here. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. They'll look to throw here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Petty now. And this one is incomplete. Anunwa the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Here's Petty. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, Now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Now, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they have